Hey guys, jumping in with a NEMOPHILA little rockumentary. Um, you guys know I love NEMOPHILA, the hardest working band. Hazuki on why she selected the Ibanez 7-string guitar. So I thought this would be just kind of cool to see what she's got to say about it. So. So for those of you who don't know, RG stands for Road Guitar. Um, I would never need a 7-string guitar. I don't really play electrical as much as I would like to, but I would never really have the need for it, I don't think. And it makes the fretboard a lot wider, which I really don't like. I like a nice thin neck, but she's like perfection on it, so super cool. I mean, it's a beautiful guitar. It's got a nice flame top, and she has that almost like the Steve Vai inlays on her fretboard on the gem version. So super nice guitar. Floyd Rose, 2 humbuckers. That's half your battle, guys. If you ever go out looking for a guitar, make sure that you like the neck, the way it feels in your hand, the way your hand moves around the neck. That's super important, because if you get something, don't go out trying to learn how to play and grab a 7-string guitar. That's just a waste of money. Get a 6-string, get something reasonably priced. And sit and just try it out and see how the neck feels in your hand. And the action on your guitar should be nice and low, so you don't have to press really hard. If it's not, you won't have any fun. So just some advice from an aspiring guitarist anyway. Yeah, that's Ibanez's big thing, the Edge Zero. It's okay. I mean, I've had some with that on it. I don't know. It's really smooth, the way that they designed it. And what you see here, the silver part, you see the Ibanez, if you go just to the left, those are the locking nuts, and what those do is you tighten those down, and it will help keep the guitar in tune, which is something you definitely want with a Floyd Rose. Otherwise, you'll just be pulling the tuning pegs out of tune. So it's a must, and you'll rarely see a guitar, if ever, without those locking nuts. It's a beautiful guitar, custom. I didn't even know they did custom. So. Yeah, and you will find on Ibanez's the neck is super flat, and it's designed that way so you can play fast. Um, technically, I am a Kepma artist. I play Kepma acoustic guitars, and surprisingly, their necks on their guitars on their acoustics are super flat. Um, but it just makes for when you're playing really fast stuff, shredding that flat fretboard. Uh, it plays really great for that, and it really feels nice. Um, so it's definitely super cool, and it's really interesting to see why Hazuki is into this guitar. You know what I mean? So you got to learn, guys. So I try to give you some stuff that I know that I have knowledge of. Um, maybe to help you. I do know a lot about guitars and stuff. So yeah, it's mahogany is one of the definitely a popular wood for guitars. But a lot of times mahogany guitars are like super heavy. Um, Mahogany is such a dense wood. Um, but yeah, I get what she's saying. This guitar will resonate, in my opinion, super good with that mahogany. Um, but yeah, I mean the high notes that she's talking about when she pulls up on the guitar. Um, it always sounds good, and a lot of that part is in your fingers. It's not just pulling up the bar. Uh, the guitar resonates on what you do. A lot with your fingers, like with the artificial harmonics. So yeah, I mean this is super interesting for a gear nerd like myself. I never really worried much about what pickups I had in my guitar. To me, you can adjust all that stuff on your amp to get the sound that you want. So I've never, really swapped out pickups. I did on a George Lynch, the ESP LTD, the Yellow Tiger. I put in the Screamin' Demon, which is his signature series, and there was really no difference at all that I could hear. And I am not tone deaf. It just didn't really sound any different. Um, I plugged it in, same settings I used on the pickup that was in it, but there was really no difference. So for me, I'm not really I'm not the guy who buys a guitar and changes the pickups because I mean if it's a really cheap guitar, yeah, you might want to upgrade the pickups, but generally speaking, um, This custom guitar now would probably cost you three or four or even $5,000. Um, I had an ESP custom guitar, and I chose the pickups that were in that. I forgot what they were, but um, yeah, guitars now are really crazy money. Anything custom is going to cost 3 or 4 grand easy. I paid, I think I paid $3,000 for that ESP, and that was in 2019. So it's probably 4,000 or more now. I like her sound just as it is. She doesn't need to try to copy Steve Vai's sound. Um, I just don't see the point in mimicking others. She has her own sound, which I personally like better than Steve Vai. Steve Vai's okay, I like him, but I probably wouldn't ever deep dive into him. The only song I could tell you that he did, two songs, one with David Lee Roth for Yankee Bros, and then one he did on his own for the love of God. Other than that, I couldn't tell you a single thing that he has actually done. He's an incredible guitarist, don't get me wrong, but I like her sound. I hope she doesn't find his sound, because why do you want to sound like Steve Vai? I mean, we are individuals. I was never the guy that had to sound like whoever I was playing. Okay, I'm going to play Green Day, but I have to have this amp, this guitar, and it has to sound just like Billy Joe. No, it really doesn't. You're not going to get Billy Joe's sound unless, you're Billy Joe, or you really, really are a professional guitarist who can figure all that stuff out. Me, I just play it with distortion, and that's all I need, guys. It's rock and roll. Super cool for a gear nerd like me. I love to see what gear they're using and why. Ibanez is such an iconic, great guitar. I've never had a bad experience with an Ibanez electric. No, I bought an acoustic that was terrible. I mean, the bridge was literally coming off the face of the guitar, but that was just probably from being sitting in a container ship so long. But they make great acoustics too. You can't go wrong with an Ibanez, guys, if you're looking for a guitar. I love the RGs, Rogue guitars. I also love the S guitars, which are thinner bodies. They're super nice too. Alright guys, I hope you found this interesting and I didn't blab too much. I just try to share, what I've learned. Alright, well, you guys know NEMOPHILA will be coming up. Alright, so we'll see you soon.